Hello, and thank you for joining me on number one of the quote and video of narcissistic mothers. So, the quote is: narcissistic mothers will often prioritize their own needs and desires over those of their children, even when it comes to necessities like food and shelter. Unknown. Okay, so let's dive into that one, shall we? My mother absolutely prioritized herself over my needs, especially, and my brother's needs as well. My mother was very opportunistic as to getting what she wanted, especially when it came to using her children to get what she wanted. In regards to, like, with my father, she often used my brother and I as pawns in a game, to get what she wanted from him in order to for him to have visitation with us, even though it was court appointed, and like, it really shouldn't have been a game. He should have just been able to go to court and say she's playing games, you know. But anyway, whatever, they played the games, and so my mom was able to get from my dad what she wanted by using my brother and I as pawns in her game. My mother would. I'm not going to go into all the different ways in which she uh, prioritized her needs over my brother and I, but my brother and I definitely went without food a lot, and we definitely wore clothes that were way too small for us. They did not fit us. We went without haircuts. We had such bad teeth because we didn't go to the dentist very often, and um, obviously we weren't taught or enforced to brush our teeth and take care of ourselves because we were children. I mean, so, now as adults we have dental issues and, other issues, but it's just, the main thing that struck me with that, and the main thing I want to cover, is my mom. If you've watched my videos in the past and I talk about Jay, um, Jay is one of the people that really benefited, um, or I guess that she really benefited from. Um, Basically, she had items that she wanted. She wanted new clothes, she wanted jewelry, she wanted alcohol, obviously, 'cause she was an alcoholic. She had things that she wanted that she couldn't afford. So, what she did was she sold me sexually to Jay. And I lived with him for about 2 weeks and took care of his 4 children, one of which was older than me. But if you go back and watch Jay's video, you'll get the details of that. But I'm not going to go into them right now. Um, but yeah, so I didn't know at the time that I had been sold to him. I didn't know at the time that I was payment for her to get the clothes and jewelry and things that she wanted. I didn't know why the heck I was sent to live with him for 2 weeks to babysit his 4 children when his oldest daughter was like a year or two older than me. Why was I supposed to go take care of the 4 kids? Anyway, um, I know that in that 2 weeks of time, uh, he did do things to me. I don't remember, thank God, I don't remember much of that 2 weeks. But what I do remember is in the video, so go check that out if you're interested. Um, it wasn't until I got dropped off after the 2 weeks, and then my mom basically said to Jay something like, did she, are you happy with something like, did she do what she was supposed to, or are you happy with what happened, or like, I can't remember the detail. I remembered it during the video, but since the video, I have done my best to forget. Because, so what I do with these videos is, it's so hard for me to talk about this stuff. But I do it because I'm trying to help other people. I'm trying to bring light to child abuse and sexual abuse and trauma and the things that go on behind closed doors. I'm trying to bring light to that, and I'm trying to be a voice for those that have no voice, because for years I didn't have a voice, and I don't really have one right now either, but I hope in time that will change and this channel will become a voice, not only for me, but for other victims and survivors, and a safe place where people can come and talk and share their stories and get help and advice. And but anyway, when I tell the story that I'm telling, I have had to go into those memories and access things that I have done my damnedest to block out, to forget. So when I did Jay's video, I had gone into my memory. I had remembered all that I could remember. I had written things down so that I could remember specific things, which I have now burned and gotten rid of. So like, I can't access exactly what was said anymore. Again, it's in the video, but my mom did say something like, basically attending to, was the payment worth, or was she worth the payment, or something like that. I don't remember exactly. And I just remember that upon hearing what she said, I instantly knew at that moment that I was a payment for something she wanted. And I ended up getting sick and just, I like throwing up, and it was just awful. And it was just, it was soul sucking, disgustingly awful to hear my mother say to this person that she sold me to for sexual pleasure so she could get clothes, jewelry, and alcohol. My own mother, you know, sold me for sexual pleasure for her own needs. What about my needs? What about my need to be safe, to be loved, to be protected, to have a mother that would prevent something like that, not encourage it, you know? But yeah, so narcissistic mothers absolutely will prioritize their needs over their children's needs, and they will use their children to get whatever it is that they want and however they want it. And so yeah, when I read that quote, it instantly just shot me right back to that moment where Jay had dropped me off and my mother had said what she said to him, and I instantly knew at that moment that I had been sold as if I was just goods. I wasn't a human. I was a sex toy, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what other way to say it, except I was sold for sexual pleasure and for him to beat on when he got home, because, again, watch the video. There's so much more, but yeah. It's just, narcissistic mothers are really terrible, terrible people. If you can even call them people. Honestly, they act more like demons than people. But anyway, that is going to be it for today's video about narcissistic mothers and prioritizing their needs and desires over their children. So I thank you for tuning in, and I hope that you will tune in to the next one. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. And I pray that you are safe and well, and I love you all, and take care. Bye.